One of my favourite exercises is the arm openings exercise in standing. So we're going to start with the feet hip width apart, knees a little bit bent, bottom tucked under, open out through the chest. Now I want you to feel like you've shown off a big diamond on the front of your chest here. And the palms facing up. Have the elbows so that you can feel like there's almost a soft piece of fruit between your elbow and your body. And we're just taking the arms out to the side or the hands out to the side. So this is just opening out and stretching some of the muscles around the front of the chest that get a little bit tight while you're sat at a computer or any kind of activity that rolls the shoulders forwards. Good, keep that little bit of action going on through your abs. And then we can stretch the arms out to the side. Draw the elbows in and then the hands together. Keep the palms facing up. Good. You'll hear and feel a few clicks probably and feel some stretching going on through the arms. Now to progress that one on, you take the arms out, turn the palms down, turn the palms up, back in and together. Good. So this should feel really nice, stretching out through the nerves through the arms. They're really good for things like RSI, to prevent it and to treat it, and to improve your posture. Good work. Okay, so this exercise is all about trying to keep mobile around your pelvis. So feet hip width apart, knees a little bit soft. And you might want to do this with a little privacy. It's not one to do in the middle of the office. So if you tuck your bottom under and then stick your bottom out behind. So I'm going to turn to the side here. Tucking the bottom under and then sticking out. So we're moving from this level alone. We're keeping the ribs in the same place. You can do this at your desk, you can do this in sitting. So if you think about your pelvis almost like a bucket, you're tipping some water out of the front of the bucket and then tipping some water out of the back. Good, so rolling the pelvis forwards and backwards, and you should feel this mobilise and loosen through the lower back. And also you can think about using the muscles at the front to tuck under and then using the muscles at the back to stick your bottom out. So you're also strengthening your core at the same time. Good work. Okay, so this is a really simple, quite old-fashioned exercise that's come to my attention recently that's actually a really nice one to do. If you point your toes forwards, bend your knees a little bit, tuck your bottom under, arms by your side, and you're literally just sliding one arm down at a time. This is something that I check with all my physio clients to see what their side bend is like. And it's usually quite restricted. Now, I don't often think about people working on it. It actually really uses your core and tightens up your waist by using those muscles. So you'd be surprised at how much you feel those muscles working as you're bending from side to side. It loosens off the spine, it strengthens your core, and it gives you some nice mobility. There. Fantastic. Good, so another one I want to do is open out the front of the hip. When you're sitting all day, then everything closes down and you get quite tight in the front of the hip. Now this can lead on to all sorts of problems. So if you step your legs out wide, we're going to do what we call a sumo squat. So your knees are rotated out, your toes are rotated out, and we're just squatting down and back up again. Your bottom stays tucked under and you are leading down towards the floor through your tailbone. Good, so you're scooping in through here, you're keeping your chest open, you're keeping yourself upright. Good, so squat down and pull back up again. I want you to think about tightening up your thighs as you come up. Squeeze your thighs. Good work. Lovely, so we're going to do just a mini squat. This brings a bit of energy into your thighs, tightens up your thighs, works your glutes. If you're sitting all day, then your glute muscles lengthen, your hamstring muscles shorten, and then when you come upright and you want to do anything as simple as walking or maybe some running or cycling or playing sport, you can't expect those glute muscles to be there for you when you've been sitting all day. So I'm going to turn to the side to show you this one. Your feet hip width apart, hands on your hips, nice and tall, and we're just sitting backwards, just a mini squat. Squeeze your bottom and your thighs to come back up tall again, using these muscles as well. So on the way down, you want to use this a little and squeeze your bottom to come back up. Always sitting backwards into your heels. Allow your body to come forwards a little bit with this one. And then straighten up, squeeze your bum, squeeze your thighs. Good. And it's surprising how slightly difficult these ones can feel with a little bit of attention to detail. Squat down and come back up. Good work. Okay, so this exercise is going to work on balance a little bit. It's something that all of us feel is slightly challenging, and it's going to strengthen up through the legs and work on your posture in standing. So feet hip width apart. We're going to take the weight through that right leg, get your bum to squeeze, get your thigh to squeeze, pick up the other leg up in front of you. Toes flexed, up. Good. Just hold for 5 seconds. Come back down, place that foot down, toes pointing forwards. Squeeze your bum when you take your weight onto it, squeeze your thigh a little bit, peel up the other one, bringing it up in front of you. On the next one, I want you to feel your foot muscles working a little bit, so place it down, use your foot, plant it down into the floor, peel up the other one, up in front of you. Feel how much easier that is when the foot muscles are working a little bit. Thinking about your posture too, place that foot down, peel up the other one, toes pulled up, everything in a good position. Good, and come back down. Fantastic. Good, so this exercise is going to be called a corkscrew. What we're going to do is bring the arms round and up, breathing in. Breathe out, come down to your heels, hook your hands behind your head and drop your shoulders. Good. Breathe in, lift your shoulders. Breathe out and drop. Breathe in again, up onto your toes, arms up, and come back round. So breathing in again, coming up onto the toes, down, hands behind your head, drop the shoulders, breathe in and lift, breathe out and drop, breathe in, stretch up and breathe out and come back down. So those big wide arm movements really stretch out all the way through the arms, really good for your posture and really good for any symptoms of RSI, any arm symptoms coming down. Okay, so dealing with tech neck, this can be looking at your phone, looking at a tablet, and looking at the computer screen. So this is the head coming forward, very unattractive posture is head forward, everything else seems to slump at the same time. So you can do this one sitting at your desk, standing or standing against a wall. So if you are in standing, bend the knees a little bit, tuck the bottom under, open out the chest, the same in sitting. And I want you to tuck the chin backwards. So it's this motion that you're going to feel. Tucking the chin back, the eye line stays the same, and it's a backwards motion of the neck, as if you're giving yourself a bit of a double chin. Don't drop the head down, and you will feel a little bit of action going on through the muscles in the front here, and a bit of stretching going on through the muscles at the back of the neck, because they're the ones that shorten, and we're wanting to open them up. So you can do this, something like 5 times 5 seconds is quite useful. Tucking backwards, holding for 5, using all the other muscles, keeping in a good position, and then relax. Don't relax into a bad position, just relax off a little, and then you can tuck your chin back. Another relieving one is to then rotate once in this position. So rotate to the side, and trust me, you'll feel it if you're not doing it with me already. Good. So that tucked chin with a rotation, and it's normal that you feel some clicking and crunching in the neck. That's just your neck getting used to a new position. Okay, so we're just going to do a roll down and a hang, which is really lovely for when you've got tension in your neck and your shoulders. So I'm just going to turn to the side here. I want you to tuck your tummy in, have your knees a little bit bent. We're just going to tuck through the chin first, and then curl down one vertebra at a time, curling down as far as you can. So that may be to touch the floor, it may be to touch your toes, and your hands might be on your shins here. So just hang there, let your head go. Your head is 1/6 of your body weight, so you feel the tension through holding it up. Let your shoulders go. It's rare that you can hang and feel the stretch in this position, and you'll obviously feel the stretch down through the backs of the legs. While we're there, you can bend and straighten alternate knees, which gives you a really nice stretch through the backs of the legs. And it's quite nice to tuck your bottom under, scoop in your tummy, and curl your way back up again and roll your shoulders. Just a lovely exercise to release the tension through the neck and the shoulders and the backs of the legs.